'Twas the night before election, an ode to the undecided. 'Twas the night before election, and all through the land many voters were stirring with decisions still at hand. The vote of a lifetime, they thought, and they thought, my voice will be counted, it cannot be bought. They had trouble nestling down in their beds. They pitched and they wrestled with choices in their heads. They paced and they pondered. They listened and chattered. They tossed and they turned. This decision really mattered. From the local legislature to the presidential office, which candidates are suited to make big decisions for us? They examined their options with profound consideration as to whom and to what might be best for our nation. They skimmed Federalist papers, they read the Bill of Rights, they recited the Declaration before dinner that night. They thought about freedom and responsibilities and how they work together to preserve our liberties. They read the Constitution and noted the preamble, promote the general welfare, was featured in that ramble. They dug deep in their thoughts to do what was wise on the eve of the most important vote in our lives. The campaign volunteers called late into the night, while political ads kept mongering fright. From moment to moment there was dread and elation. This was not a good time to send reason on vacation. They thought about healthcare and daycare and college. They considered the value of scientific knowledge. They reflected on an earth left endowed in our care and pondered the importance of clean water and air. They reasoned the wisdom of a balance of power. They reasoned their reasoning hour after hour. They realized what a slippery slope it could be to relinquish checks and balances in our democracy. They listened to speeches from past presidents. They thought long and hard about what those words meant. They knew once this country had made a decision, for the next 4 years there would be no revision. They took a deep breath and asleep they did fall. Tomorrow was a big day for Americans, all. Their COVID masks hung by their doorways with care, for early in the morning, Election Day would be there. Many voters had voted days, weeks, months before, at post offices, drop boxes, town halls, and more. Their ballots mulled over, their tough choices weighed. They hope now results won't be too far delayed. Election Day may bring some confusion and clatter. Dress comfortably and be patient. Your vote really matters. For though this republic may feel a bit tattered and democracy seems to be distant and scattered, away to the polls you will go in a flash. Don't forget your IDs and N95 masks. By bus or by train, by taxi or car, on foot or on skateboard, just go as you are. Perhaps you will ride with a driver named Nick or pedal a bicycle lively and quick. You might want to don some disposable gloves. However you do it for the country you love. If people get contentious, just try to stay sane. Curb arguments and shouting, and don't call them names. Just go in and vote, then dash away. You've done your patriotic duty for the day. On freedom and opportunity, not just for a few. On fairness and equality and unity too. On economic growth for one and for all. For united we stand, and divided we fall. And for those who decide whether to vote at last minute, it isn't too late to get your voice in it. Your frustrations are real, and also your doubts. But to not vote at all leaves your voice surely out. The numbers may be close, your vote could be the one that makes all the difference when Election Day is done. Voting is a responsibility, a privilege, and a right. So good voting to all, and to all a restful night.